All right?
How not to raise your kids?
Exactly. Remember, everything is anti. The opposite is the point.
Right.
That's how we're learning today.
Right.
And it seems like people don't learn from what's already been there, like the script in the book. People are almost, they've been so dumbified in so many ways, even though we have internet, we have access.
I agree.
But people see, like if you walk on the street, Jay Leno has this whole spiel that he walks around asking people like, who was the president, first president of the United States. Half of these people can't even answer that question.
You're right.
It goes to show you, what the hell are they learning if you have all this information flooded at you? Are we on overload, or are we so jaded right now that there's so much information being peddled at you that you just don't have time, and you don't have the gumption, and you don't have the ability to sit down and discern information like it was in the days when you read a book.
Right.
When you read a book, it took time to sink in. The mind had its own pace.
Mind.
Right now, everything
you had to
is
visualize it yourself. It wasn't a video for it. It wasn't a movie for it. You visualized it yourself.
It's just like the only faces that you see today is the face on your telephone.
Yeah.
And these kids are staring into these phones, not having any interaction, not having any human emotion between each other. And so the Honey Boo Boo show,
filmed in McIntyre, Georgia.
How does that synergize with Honey Boo Boo? You're seeing a relationship between a mother and a child. You're seeing interaction. That little kid's not on the phone. Well, at least maybe she doesn't know how to work it. And you don't really see her mom on the phone either. They're always doing something crazy, but at least they're doing it together. So in
but
that
that's part
sense,
of the script. I mean, they have to do that. That's for the story.
No, I think it's just that's just a script of their life.
No, I don't know.
It's a mother and a child, an overweight mother and an overweight child.
Right, but you have to show that on the channel for it to be any excitement and people to tune in and watch what's going to happen. Irvin, there's no excitement in showing the child sitting in a room on her iPad playing Mario.
Yeah,
right? Of course they're not going to do that because they got to have her do shit with her mom and her dad.
But by nature, that kid is having a great relationship with her mother.
Right, but the fault, the fault is I have a problem we've talked about with these pageants. I mean, again, it's in my mind forcing someone who is not of age to decide for themselves.
Yeah.
That you're going to do this, this, and this. And a lot of times it's these mothers living through these children because they are getting the fame through them. They never got that attention. They never got the accolades, and they want to have their kid up there with the dresses and the makeup and looking like they're hoochies at the nightclub.
Well, the problems that I have is the beauty pageants with those babies.
Well, that's where the mothers from, Irving. You know that, right?
The mothers are all like Nazis.
Yeah, but that show came from that.
It's a spin-off.
Honey Boo Boo spun off from that.
I didn't know that.
It's from a show called Showers and Toddlers.
She was the standout little kid in that. Well, I never watched the show, but what was it? It was a cast of like 8 to 10 different girls. Yeah. And they followed them around in life and pageantry.
Right.
Well, this is the one kid that got the spin-off, the one in McIntyre, Georgia.
I didn't know that.
And that's my problem with it. Of course, I think Derrick just sent it to me a couple of days ago that her page just got boosted. What was that, 10,000?
Oh yeah. She was asking whether she was gonna raise her salary to $10,000. No, not $10. 10,000 an episode.
It was 4,000 an episode, I think. And then
she deserves it.
It got
Yeah,
I know, but again, it goes back to Lohan, Drew Barrymore, Dana Plato, Gary Coleman.
But those
this girl, who knows how
this
little child's going to, and her name is Elena Thompson, right? Real name of Honey Boo Boo. Who knows how she's going to turn out?
Who knows?
I might be wrong.
I still think that...
Quit picking your mouth, Urban.
All right, what the hell? I'm sure we're keeping it real. I'll scratch my ass if I want. No, serious. I believe that despite it all, and despite how it looks to people, the way that the mother is and, whatever, she's a great mom. She's taking care of that kid.
I don't know about that.
Well,
Okay, you go.
I'm just saying, that kid, you would see it in that kid's eyes. That kid is happy. That's a happy baby.
That's
a happy boo-boo.
How can you tell through all the tons of makeup on her face. How happy she is.
Oh, by the way,
she's made up like the Joker.
There were two other
smiling.
There were two other little girls.
Like a clown. Why so serious? Why so serious?
There's two other little girls that come on Ellen that are just as rambunctious.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen.
Well, that goes back to another topic, which is probably, you came in saying you had your Ambien, you had this, you took your medicine. That's probably the rambunctious has to do with the medicine intake. But let's not go off on that yet. You can get on that. Let's keep entertainment going, and let's keep this topic going. Before we do that, we're coming today from Virtual Imagery Studio, Photography Studio. Hold on, let me get the plugs in here. We'll get there, brother. Gary's getting his plug. There's no interrupting during a Gary plug. Virtual Imagery Photography Studio here in Arlington in beautiful Macon, Georgia. That's where we're coming from today.
Yes, we are.
Mary's upstairs asleep, we guess. Gary's down here surfing the web. And we're talking about, so far, problem children in Hollywood. Irvin's car.
Nationwide.
Irvin's new car.
Don't pick my mouth.
His truck, don't pick his mouth. He's on his meds. He's raring to go. What is it, 66 out?
66 degrees and partly cloudy.
Oh, beautiful.
And, so the Honey Boo Boo, the kids, the children. But yeah, you need to repost that. I misunderstood you. You should have put she is the anti Shirley Temple.
I did that, but then I
saw it in the caption. You had a picture of her, real close up of a Honey Boo Boo, and then the caption was, she is the 21st century Shirley Temple. And I thought, what? I'm like, I'm thinking Shirley Temple was a little more talented than Honey Boo Boo.
Yeah.
Well, Shirley Temple, once again, was a child star. But if you notice, she was always an orphan.
Well, remember what she did when she
Honey
grew
Boo
up?
Boo was anti-orphan.
What did Shirley Temple become when she was older? You remember?
No.
She got into politics.
Oh, yeah.
She became an ambassador.
And she became something with black in it.
Yeah,
she married Shirley Temple Black. Yeah, that's a surname. That was her married name.
Yeah. Well, and she became like an ambassador to like Switzerland.
Right. And I'm glad you brought up her name change to Black, which now segues into Black. Denzel Washington, Black actor.
Okay.
This is the story I was going to bring up yesterday's show, but we ran out of time when we were going on about Manimal and all that good junk.
Okay.
But Denzel Washington apparently regrets passing up on a couple of plum roles. I didn't know that he was actually approached in these roles originally. And those two movies that he was approached for and had turned down was the excellent, awesome movie, one of my favorite movies of the recent 20 years or so, is Seven. Movie Seven, David Fincher's Seven, and Michael Clayton. Apparently, he was offered Brad Pitt's role in Seven originally.
Oh, so he would have worked with Morgan Freeman again?
No, not at all. That's what I was going to get to.
Okay.
Apparently, he was offered that role before they even gave Freeman his role.
Okay.
So, basically, Denzel was the first black actor to be offered a role in Seven, but not in Freeman's role. So, who knows? If Denzel had taken Brad Pitt's role, maybe Freeman's role would have been given to a white actor, and it would have been flipped. Who knows?
Or Lindsay Lohan.
Or Lindsay Lohan, yeah. But
if she was sober enough, man.
And of course, in the case of Michael Clayton, yes, there was the possibility of Denzel getting the title role that George Clooney ended up getting.
Oh.
With Michael Clayton. Quoting Denzel Washington, he said with Michael Clayton, it was the best material he had read in a long time when he was sent the script. But he was nervous about accepting it because he was
nervous about?
Well, I'm telling you, about working with first-time director Tony Gilroy, who directed Michael. He didn't know this director. The guy didn't have a resume behind him, and I guess Denzel thought, Denzel thought,
got cookies over here.
How's it going, brother? Got some guests coming. I guess Denzel thought, I don't know if this first-time director guy can. I'm getting a cookie. Excuse me, blocking your face there. First-time director was going to be up to the job
of the part. Right? Okay.
Freeman, of course, ended up playing the role of David Mills in Seven, and the reason Denzel passed on Seven was because for him it was too dark and evil, the script.
Oh,
he said it was just too dark. But then a year or so later, after the movie came out and he saw Seven, he wanted to kick himself. Understandably, because Seven to me, I'm an old movie guy. I don't like a hell of a lot of movies.
You know a lot of movie history.
I'm all about that. Yeah. But the thing about it, I mean, I grew up with it. My dad was a big movie buff. We had tons and tons of VHS movies.
Why don't you get on one of those shows?
I need to get on. Yeah, I need to like take like over
$10,000.
I need to take over Mario Lopez's job on Access Hollywood or whatever.
On Mario.
But anyway, nice.
You know what that was? Yeah.
Mary, thanks for the cookies.